2, 3, 4. La 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 la.
Hello and welcome to the Press B to Start podcast. Technically the second episode, but we're gonna reboot it after this first episode, I guess. So I guess this is episode 1.
Number 1.
Yeah. We decided that we have a little bit of new plans. We're considering our first episode our pilot episode, so we could kind of redo things and refine everything. We got some ideas cooking, brewing.
Yes, we do.
So, more to come on that. We'll probably share that maybe next week, hopefully, if we could find some guest stars. And by stars, just people we know off the street.
Some weirdos.
But yeah, I mean, everything seems to be coming together pretty well. We got a logo.
Yes,
we do got a logo. You could see it at our website that I have to pay for, actually, within the next couple of weeks. But, yeah, it's up on our website. I think it took me like an hour and a half to do because I'm not very good. I mean, I used Paint and Photoshop. so, I mean, it's as good as it's probably going to get.
It's sexy.
It's simple, yet elegant, you know? I think it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But, hopefully with all of that, we'll get our thing onto iTunes and everything. But yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, so, Brian. Oh, let's introduce ourselves. Since this is a new episode. This is episode 1. People do not know who we are. Let's start with you. What's your name?
My name is Brian Patrick Gonzalez.
Yeah.
That's my name.
No, I thought that was your birthday.
Well,
the month Brian, the day Patrick, year Gonzalez.
I was born 9/12/93. No.
How about your social security number?
6.
Kidding.
I'm sure.
I guess we'll do what we did the last time. What are your 3 favorite? We won't go into explanations though. We'll just say, what are your 3 favorite games?
Like last time, it hasn't changed. It's number 3, The Last of Us. Number 2, The Link to the Past. And number 1, number 1, Ocarina of Time.
There you go. Yeah, all of which are good. I haven't played. Like I said, I never beat Ocarina of Time, which is I'm a foolish person.
It's a sin.
It is. It's kind of a sin.
Yeah.
Water Temple, as we talked about before, hated it. But I digress. It is a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah. So that's Brian. I am Michael Joseph Ruiz. My friends call me Mikey, for short. Most of my friends.
I sometimes call him Mike Joe.
Mike Joe. Yeah, he calls me Mike Joe sometimes. I call him Bry Guy. The bearded. I don't even know. I'm gonna come up with some stupid nickname for you.
Okay.
The Wildman. The Wildman Brian Gonzalez. If you've never seen a picture of Brian, he's a hairy guy.
Sounds like a wrestler.
Maybe that'll be your wrestler name. The Wildman.
The Wildman. Brian Gonzalez. Oh yeah.
Ooh yeah. Wrestling.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
You don't like that Fandango? I haven't watched wrestling since like Hulk Hogan was like an NWO kind of stuff, and Macho Man still was alive. And Hulk Hogan was my favorite. Him and who was it? I can't remember who. But what were we talking?
Not wrestling.
Not wrestling?
Not wrestling anymore.
Oh, but I saw my grandma and grandpa were watching.
Oh, yeah.
I think you were there.
I was
My
there.
grandma and grandpa were watching like WrestleMania from like 2 years ago, like a year ago, and I witnessed my new favorite wrestler, Fandango, the greatest thing known to man. He is so awesome. It's amazing. I can't believe that character exists in any sort of fictitious universe. But, I mean, it is, I guess, that world is real.
Yeah.
That happens in real life.
Unfortunately.
Anyway, enough of wrestling.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, my name's Mike Ruiz.
What's your 3 favorite games?
3 favorite games are, 3, I think I said 3 was Last of Us. 2 was Star Fox from Super Nintendo. The one that's right there in that cartridge holder.
I'm looking at it.
Yep. And number 1 is Galaga.
Okay.
The old arcade game. That's the game that got me into video games. I love that game.
I don't know what mine was.
It's the reason why I kind of like Resogun. But Resogun's more like Defender, I think.
Yeah. I think mine was Contra. That first got me into video
Contra?
games.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that game impossible?
It's pretty hard.
I've never played it, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on whether or not you feel like torturing yourself. But you like Dark Souls.
I do.
Yeah, so that's us.
That's us. What have you been playing?
Well, oh yeah, that's right. What have I been playing? I was playing, starting from the beginning of last week, I was playing a lot of Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform.
With Danica Patrick.
With Danica Patrick. Why does that exist?
I don't know, but it's amazing that it does.
Yeah, she's a hero, I guess, in some sense.
Yeah, and I guess.
Just female race car driver.
Yeah,
Not many
true.
famous female race car drivers.
It's true.
Most would see that Dale Earnhardt and
we're not getting into NASCAR, are we?
and Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon.
Whatever else, but yeah, that's a fun game. It's all about like drifting. It's really weird.
And turning into airplanes.
Yeah,
boats.
but it's like legitimately all about drifting.
Yeah.
That's how like you get your speed. If you don't drift in the game, you fail.
Mm-hmm.
Like you will not win even an easy race. I don't think.
It's kind of like Mario Kart.
Except Mario Kart, you can get away without drifting.
Yeah,
it's
true.
just the advanced player will drift and will kill you in a race. But this one is you have to drift, or else you won't get anywhere in the race. There are like some courses where you have to drift, or else you'll miss a turn. You'll just fall off the edge.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard. It's actually a really hard game.
Mm-hmm. Did you unlock all the characters?
No.
Oh.
And that's going to take a while. I was also playing... What was I playing? Oh, I got Trials Fusion.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun. It's my first Trials game. Supposedly the worst one. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I mean...
But
I played both of them, but I didn't play Fusion yet.
It's fun. I mean, I like it. I guess from what I've heard, it's just more Trials.
Yeah.
My brother was watching me play it.
I heard it was really ridiculous.
And he said it, like... he was watching me. He's like, how is that even humanly possible? I'm like, that's why it's a video game. It's not humanly possible. But, no. I think that's mostly it.
Yeah.
I was probably playing something else on Vita, and I just can't think of it right now. I was playing a bit of Dragon's Crown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting for Child of Light tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we'll get back. We'll get to that later. What have you been playing?
I can't get away from Dark Souls 2.
Still playing it. Still playing it.
I think I've got almost 100 hours in it.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. But...
Oh, please, continue. Talk about it.
I mean, it's Dark Souls 2. And this is...
Too much to talk about?
Yeah, I guess so.
It'll be like... That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
Dark Souls podcast.
My first playthrough, I beat it in, I think, like 35 hours. And the one that I'm doing now, I'm at like 15. I'm at the end.
Wow.
So
Speedrunning it now?
Yeah, I
Are
guess.
you new? Is this like New Game Plus?
No, I started another character in just New Game.
Oh.
I do have a character in New Game Plus, but that's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I bought Braid for $1. Braid is
Ooh.
awesome. I like it a lot. The puzzles are really good.
I remembered his name this time. Jonathan
Yeah,
Blow.
Jonathan Blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he's coming out with The Witness.
The Witness.
Hopefully soon. It looks really cool. It looks pretty, at least.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a really cool puzzle game for the next-gen consoles.
Mm-hmm.
But I never got to play Braid. I played a demo of Braid, and it was really cool. It was interesting.
Yeah, it was. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I haven't played... Yeah, I haven't played that, unfortunately. I should play that.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, I wish it was $1 on, like, Steam or something, because I don't have a PS3. Or if it was on Vita, that'd been awesome.
It is on Steam.
I don't know, why don't you check, since you're on Steam right now.
It should be.
Anyway, have you been playing anything else?
$10.
Did you play Arkham? Because you have PlayStation Plus. That came
Dark
out.
Souls 2 just trumps everything that I try to play. I start playing something and it's like, I think I'm going to play Dark Souls 2.
It's taken over.
It has. I can't play other games.
Yeah, so, funny thing about Dark Souls 2, we were recording a Let's Play.
Yeah.
Audio came out horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of had to scrap it. So, we're going to do a Let's Play of not Dark Souls 2, because we don't want to go in for the long haul and then have it get messed up on us. We gotta get this stuff tight. So we're gonna start. I think we're gonna start with. I think we decided Outlast, like a horror game. We can do. I think Octodad co-op would be pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. I also want to do like an older game.
That is something we have to find a TV or.
Yeah.
I forgot what it is, but we could do that. Yeah, that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
I'd like to do Chrono Trigger, but that
would take forever.
Yeah,
that's like doing. That's worse than doing Dark Souls. That game is so hard.
I don't know. I never beat it. I wish I did.
Yeah, I can't believe I can't get past that part. Like I was so addicted to it. I was like, man, I'm gonna play some Chrono Trigger. I get to this part, I cannot beat those nuns or those church ladies.
Yeah, the ones that turn evil. I got right to the end, and then I got stuck, so I feel your pain.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible because it's such a good game. It has, like, we'll talk about later, one of the best soundtracks in it.
Yeah.
I could not believe how good the music was in that. It's probably one of my favorites. Anyway, yeah, so I guess that's what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
That's what we've been doing. Playing games.
So News.
Alright.
Instead of how we were doing it before, we felt like it was kind of like tedious to name off a ton of things.
Yeah.
Because it was like, and then we'd end up getting drained out by the end.
Mm-hmm.
I figure we just talk about the 3 most exciting things that probably happened. We'll do an honorable mention because there is something that happened today that is worth mentioning.
Yeah. I totally forgot already, but
that would be the one that you're probably most interested in.
Is it what I'm on?
And we'll talk about it right now. Dark Souls developer From Software gets bought out
by Kadokawa.
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 I guess they do publishing. Like it's a publishing company, and they do other video games. They're not the only ones that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else they own. I guess Suda51.
Oh, okay.
So the guys who did Lollipop Chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Well,
Since this is more pertaining to you, are you worried?
I don't know. I kind of feel like Dark Souls. I don't think they're gonna make another one.
You don't?
I don't think so. Because there's already 2 of them. Why would you want to make a third one?
Well, there's technically like 3 of them.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But what if they make a Demon Souls 2?
Okay, I'd be okay with that. That'd be.
But it's like the same thing. It's like making. I always thought Demon Souls was. So I always thought Dark Souls was the sequel to Demon Souls.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's not. Are they different universes?
Yeah, all 3 of them are different.
Well, doesn't the second one? Second one's in the same sort of. Well, maybe not universe, but the same universe.
Yeah, but I mean, they haven't said that it.
Maybe they're pulling a DC and they have like a multiverse.
Maybe.
Where they have a ton of universes.
Maybe.
And that's why some...
At the end of Dark Souls 3, you're going to come out of a lighthouse in the middle of an ocean.
And then, you'll see a Big Daddy.
No, but... I mean... it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay?
It's okay. Just as long as they don't fuck anything up.
Yeah, I mean... I'm probably with you, and I think maybe they'll make one more Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll make one after. If they do make another one, they won't make any more after that.
Probably.
I think people will get burnt out after that.
Yeah.
Because then at one point...
Well, I mean, there's still people playing Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Yeah, but they're playing Dark Souls 1. They're not playing the new one.
Yeah.
They're not buying the new one. They're buying they have the old one.
Well, I almost look at Dark Souls 1 and 2 like as... I don't know. Just as long as they just don't mess with anything up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you there. I mean, that goes with any company.
Yeah.
As long as they let them do what they want to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But if you're like a Nazi, and you just like say,
those damn Nazis.
you can't do this Dark Souls anymore. They have to be able to, start where they want instead of going to a bonfire, and then you have to make it easier for them.
Yeah.
And that'd be lame.
It would.
That'd be super lame. I think
I'd still play.
I think Dark Souls is good because of how hard it is.
Yeah.
Not because of like the actual. Because if you had it where you could save at any point whenever you wanted to, the game would kind of suck.
Yeah. It wouldn't be as fun.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as rewarding too. Because once you get the rhythm of that game, it does turn fairly easy.
Yeah.
It's just some parts are stupid and aggravating. But and just But yeah, I guess as long as they get to do what they got to do, then it's all good. Next, we got this probably should have been the honorable mention, really.
Yeah.
Mass Effect may or may not be coming to PS4 and Xbox One, the trilogy. I'd buy it because this is my favorite.
I already own it, so I don't know.
I mean, I'd buy it for my PS4.
But I also did say that I'd buy The Last of Us.
Yeah, I'm going to buy The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy The Last of Us.
I wonder how Mass Effect 1 would look.
It looks so bad on PS3.
Yeah, it does.
Did you play it on PS3?
Yeah.
It looks horrible. Like, I played it on Xbox 360.
Yeah, so did I.
And it looked fine. And maybe, and it wasn't even a time because I played it late into the thing. Like, I played it when it came out, like a little bit after, like a year after it came out. And then I also played it again, like, maybe like a year after that or 2 years. And it looked fine. And then I played it on PS3 like not even a year ago, and it just looked like junk.
Yeah.
It looked horrible.
I
kind of got the same feeling when I was playing Skyrim on Xbox and on PlayStation 3. It just looked really bad.
Well, it's a game made for PC pretty much.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I'd buy it. I love that game.
If they have all the DLC...
It's supposed to be the trilogy.
Well, I know because I looked it up for the PS3 version of the trilogy, and Mass Effect 3 had like different DLC from the Xbox 360 version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it didn't have all of it.
Huh? That I did not know.
I mean, you can buy it probably, but I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
I could be totally wrong. It's the internet.
Yeah, but I mean that'd be cool. I think if they made it so then they did kind of what they did with Tomb Raider, where they kind of went. It seems like they went back and kind of made a higher resolution, went back and made the textures all look better and everything.
Yeah,
it would look awesome. And that'd be cool. But if they're just gonna port it, I'll still buy it, but I won't be as and they're just gonna up the resolution. I probably won't be as impressed, but it'll still be fun, regardless. Second, say probably in the top thing of news. So you remember that Legend? Now this goes back. There's a game. There's a game back on Atari that may or may not have started the quote unquote downfall of video games at that time.
Yeah.
It's called E.T. Extraterrestrial.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of E.T. Yeah, it was for Atari, and it was horrible. Supposedly, I was not born during that time.
Neither was I.
I think my mom might have been like 4, something like that. I don't know. It was the 80s. 83. Yeah. So my mom would have been... No, she wouldn't have been 4. She would have been like 13 or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Showing my mom's age on the podcast. She will fucking kill me. Anyway. Yeah, so there's a legend that, this game was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really the legend, that's just fact that the game is horrible. I've never played it. I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so bad that they buried it in a desert somewhere because it was so bad. They're like, hey, this game sucks. Let's bury it in a desert and forget it ever happened. So they did, supposedly. Well, this guy, I don't know what his name is, but some guy decided, like, hey, I want to see what happened. I want to see if this is real. See if this legend is true. Went into the desert that it was supposedly buried in, which, let me see what it's called. I can't find the name of it.
El Paso?
El Paso?
Yeah. El Paso, New Mexico.
Well, it's in New
Mexico. It's a factory in El Paso to a landfill.
But I think it is in New Mexico.
It is in New Mexico.
It's in New Mexico somewhere in the desert. That whole place is desert.
Yeah.
But somewhere there was a location specified. They went digging, and they actually found game cartridges. They found them in the desert. So now they're making this. So they're making this. They're making this like whole documentary, which will actually be on what we're also going to talk about as pretty big news is Xbox's like TV thing that's coming out. But yeah, they actually found these cartridges. And that's fucking ridiculous that they found these cartridges.
It is.
Because I don't even like.
Why?
It must be that bad.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to watch the documentary because these documentaries, like at least from what I've watched, like from like the indie game movie, like all those, at least every documentary I've seen about video games has been really cool.
Does it say who's directing it?
Some Emmy award-winning dude.
I wonder what else he did.
I don't know.
Hold on, go up a second. Is it Zach Penn? Is that his name? Go down. I saw a name.
Yeah. Dig it so...
Directing the film is Avengers and X-Men 2 writer Zach Penn.
Okay, so the writer of Avengers and X-Men 2 is directing it.
Okay.
Zach Penn. So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I will watch that. And speaking of this documentary here, it is going to be part of this here Xbox TV thing. What's it called again? Their TV thing, whatever it's called.
Is it just Xbox TV?
Is it just Xbox TV? I guess so, whatever. But yeah, this is the thing that they kind of announced during E3, where like Steven Spielberg was like, hey, I'm doing I'm executive producer of a Halo TV show. That's fucking awesome. Yeah. I like Halo. I mean, Steven Spielberg's cool and everything, but he's just an executive producer. He's not going to actually do anything.
Yeah.
But there's that show and supposedly another Halo thing. And it's a digital feature. They didn't really say anything like it was like a mini-series, but there's going to be like 2 Halo shows. I guess there's like 7 originals. Like 7 original shows going there.
Okay.
Onto the Xbox TV programming. I'm getting most of this news from IGN, and from what they have said, they asked like what games may be developed as a series other than Halo. They stated that Gears of War is a possibility, Fable is a possibility.
That would be weird.
Forza, and the one that might be more or less the interesting one, State of Decay.
Oh yeah,
which could actually be good. But
I played that game for a little bit.
Yeah,
not much.
I've never played it. Supposedly decent though. But yeah, so I don't know if I'd want to see a Forza TV show.
It would pretty much just.
Why don't you just watch Top Gear?
Yeah.
Like that's what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what they would do.
Yeah, or Gears of War might. I love the Gears of War games.
Yeah.
I love Gears of War, but
I played all of them, but I've never got into them.
Yeah, a TV show. I don't know. Fable could be cool. if they made it violent.
Yeah.
Because Fable has very dark, crude humor in it.
Yeah.
Despite its very whimsical, like, aesthetic and atmosphere.
Yeah.
But, and also, Peter Molyneux would probably not even be part of it.
I don't even think he's with Lionhead Studios.
No, he's not. He left.
Yeah.
Because I think Xbox just straight up owns it.
Yeah.
But I guess State of Decay seems like it could possibly be the most, like, probably the best one to choose from, because everybody loves zombies.
Yeah.
I personally don't care about zombies, but...
Yeah, neither do I.
I mean, yeah. I guess there's a ton of shit on here. There's this Halo thing. They're gonna have, like, Bonnaroo. Like, you can watch Bonnaroo, which I think is kind of cool if you want to see
I feel like
Outcast.
you can watch it somewhere else.
Yeah, you could. They'll probably stream it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the coverage, though, on the Xbox will be, like, better, I guess.
Yeah.
As in, like, they'll actually do, like, most of the performances. It'd be cool if you could, like, choose the performance you want to see. You could beat every band.
Yeah.
They just have cameras everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be awesome. I highly doubt they'll do that,
Mm-hmm.
but that would be really cool. And there's a ton of stuff. There's, like I said, there's that documentary about the ET cartridges. Yeah, I don't know. I think I saw something, like, by Ridley Scott's company is doing a show, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I like Ridley Scott a lot. One of my favorite movies is Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's anything sci-fi and Ridley Scott, I'll probably like it.
And one of my favorite movies is Alien.
Oh yeah, Alien is my second favorite movie. So actually, it's my third favorite movie.
Yeah.
Second favorite movie is Casablanca. I have movie posters, except for Alien, and it's not here. It's the only one I'm missing. I need to get one. I was supposed to go to Comic-Con this weekend, but that didn't happen. I got to see Babies.
Yeah.
That's good.
It is good.
But, god damn it. It's like the second year I think I missed it.
I think I went.
We went 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, we did go 2 years ago.
Yeah. That was the last time I went.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I didn't go with you.
Oh, yeah.
I did?
Yeah.
No, you went last year. Because I got...
We went to... Yeah, I went to C2E2.
Yeah, because I got my sister tickets.
Yeah.
And then I think she brought you, or
Yeah.
she brought Emily. I don't remember. Either way, I didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought the ticket. But, whatever. And, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it for news this week. There's
Slow.
nothing super... Oh, it's not really that slow. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, just today, you'll probably listen to this on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But today is Monday, and a person from Naughty Dog left today again.
Yeah.
It's a fourth person who's like a big name for that. Like he was the lead artist for Last of Us or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, that is big.
Everybody's leaving, so either something's going on, or people are just like, "Hey, I need to move on with my life and do something different,"
Mm-hmm.
and they're just like, kind of rebuilding.
Yeah.
Just rebuilding the studio and doing hopefully something good.
Hopefully.
Uncharted 4.
I know they said they were going to make a Last of Us 2.
If you didn't hear anything, that's me nodding. Because I think that's dumb.
I don't know.
It better not be about Joel and Ellie. I think if they make a sequel, it shouldn't be with Joel and Ellie.
Yeah.
That story's been told.
Or it should tell the story of right after the outbreak. What Joel did.
That could, yeah. I mean, yeah. Because they did skip like 30 years or something like that.
And like how he meets the Fireflies and all that.
Yeah. Or 20, is it 23 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. They could do that.
That'd be interesting.
They could do...
Or they should...
A lot of people were asking about the sailor dude. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people wanted that for DLC and it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You could do one about the guy you meet who's kind of like super like angry,
Oh, the guy in
like
the town.
grumpy, and like spoilers. You find out that his boyfriend, because he was gay, like hung himself.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't. Flew right over my head. I didn't.
Pretty sure
I
that
didn't-
happened.
I didn't know he was gay.
He was
I
gay.
knew the guy died, but wow.
pretty sure he was gay.
Huh.
I'm not bashing gay people.
Yeah,
by
neither
the way.
am I. I just didn't know.
I'm just telling you what it is. At least that's what I got from it. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was... That game was just an emotional roller coaster. I don't want to have to go through another one. I have to replay it again on my PlayStation 4. Probably cry. Again. There's one part that made me cry. But
I didn't cry. But
most of it I felt sad. And then there was one part that got me.
I was so stressed out.
It's so
playing it.
real.
I was just
And it's
stressed
not the scene that everybody thinks is like the one with the building on fire.
out. Oh yeah.
It's not that part. I like that we're speaking in context. But anyway, I mean that's pretty much news. That's it.
All right.
So we'll go to what my friend like last week. So we recorded a podcast last week. We did record a podcast. It turned out horrible, as I stated about the Let's Plays as well.
Yeah.
It turned out bad. So we just didn't release it.
It was all my fault.
It's all Brian's fault. He didn't mic check. He didn't do the procedure because he's a fucking asshole. I'm kidding. Brian's beautiful and he has a hairy beard
Thank you.
and nice chest. Keeps that button. He doesn't only unbutton the first button, but the second button. Show that chest.
You got it. You got to flaunt it.
Yeah. See, I don't got it. I don't
Yeah.
flaunt it. Yeah, it would just be stupid. I used to do that though when I was like in high school.
Yeah.
I feel like you took my style. You sometimes even wear my clothes.
Well,
You're not wearing
I
my
didn't-
clothes right now though.
I didn't steal anything.
Did it all. You're stealing my clothes. But yeah, my friend Jimmy asked me to ask this question. What are your favorite video game soundtracks? Like, name your top 3.
Top 3.
And I know we named this the last time.
Yeah.
But
I forgot what I named. I'll try to remember, but I know.
I remember what your first one was.
Yeah. I think number 1 was Symphony of the Night
Yes.
because that soundtrack is amazing.
Yes.
I
I wouldn't know, but I know that's what you said.
Yeah. I'd listen to that soundtrack, like, I'd put it on my iPod and listen to it while I'm not playing the game.
Wow.
And then I think number 2 was Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, that's
But I feel like that's just a given.
Yeah.
Number 3 was either Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger. Or maybe The Last of Us. Either one of those 3 could be my
Number
third
3?
one. Yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah.
All of those are great.
Mm-hmm.
I love Mario music. Or, not Mario, Nintendo's music.
Yeah, any Nintendo music.
Just because Big Blue is like the greatest video game song
Yeah.
ever, but the rest of the soundtrack is alright, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
F-Zero is my number 3.
Okay.
It has such a good, like, that F-Zero theme, and like, it's perfect. It's like, do, 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 do.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
This was the same thing last. Oh no, two was Ocarina of Time. I agree with you.
Yeah.
2, that game, or not that game, but that music is really good. It fits the atmosphere very well.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1, I didn't play a lot of it, but Chrono Trigger, like I was saying, just that like few minutes I was playing of it
Mm-hmm.
was just amazing. That soundtrack was really
You really
good.
have to play through that some more.
I do. You're right. I will find a way to.
Mm-hmm.
I might use a guide and be a cheater, but I gotta get through the game somehow.
Well, there were points where I had to use
Yeah.
a guide.
Honorable mention, Mega Man games.
Yeah,
Just in
definitely.
general, those games
Yeah.
have great soundtracks. Any Nintendo game
Mm-hmm.
from the SNES and from that era is just great.
Yep.
I don't know.
Which I
Mass
had-
Effects is pretty cool. I like
It
the
is.
like cool futuristic, I don't know, vibes that you get from that.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Tony Hawk's always had great soundtracks. like, but that's almost a different thing. It's like licensed soundtrack.
Music. Yeah.
But that was like the music that was there. Like
Mhm.
they didn't have really like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game soundtrack. Like
They might have on the Game Boy Advanced
They
version.
well, no, they had. I think they
Oh,
had
no,
like
it was like 30-second clips of
Yeah.
like songs. I remember that. Yeah.
so, like those games had. Tony Hawk 1 had an awesome soundtrack.
I remember what
It had like Primus. It had that what's Superman, whatever that I don't know who made it, but it's called Superman.
Is it 3 Doors
Like
Down? I don't know.
Here I am, doing everything I can, or something like
I
that.
don't know. I have no idea.
It's like a whole ton of ska music.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I thought that was. Oh, then they had Psycho Vision.
Mm.
They had I don't know. There's a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
Every Tony Hawk soundtrack is pretty good, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'm trying to think of my honorable mention.
I just named like 3.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's so many.
there are like
Man, I do not remember what I was gonna say.
probably Final Fantasy VII,
Well, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
Eh,
Kingdom Hearts is
it's
okay.
good, but it's not the greatest.
As far as soundtracks are concerned, I didn't really like. I wasn't moved by it. Really.
Yeah.
I just loved when I got to 100 Acre Wood. I was like, yeah, Winnie the Pooh. I'm a huge Winnie the Pooh fan. It's kind of a weird thing for an old person. Like I'm not old, but
You old fart.
I'm old for Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
But you know what? Disney's timeless.
it's true.
You don't think that. You hate Disney.
No, I don't.
You hate it.
I don't.
Brian, you're grumpy. You always.
I haven't seen a Disney movie in so long.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Oh man, that's a hard one.
I could tell you right now what mine is.
I like Aladdin. Maybe probably Lion King.
Lion King's your favorite?
Maybe.
Beauty and the Beast is my favorite.
Yeah, I know that.
Belle's the most beautiful fictional girl in the world.
All right, let's not get into that
Well,
conversation.
yeah, that's a conversation for maybe private conversation. So, yeah, I guess that answers that question, Jimmy. Thank you for submitting. In a sense,
Yeah.
we don't actually have an email, but we'll probably figure that one out. We do. I still want to make sure all that's fine and dandy before I give that out to people to use.
Yeah.
It's not like that we have tons of listeners, but maybe somebody will email us a question. Which also, you'll probably be able to submit comments below the our link for this. So if you could tell us what your favorite soundtracks are, because we might have missed some stuff that we just don't. Because I just said all Nintendo's catalog.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can post comments. I think I made it so that you could do that.
Okay.
So post comments, ask us questions on there because we'd like to answer people's questions. That's gives us something to do on this thing, so we're not, stuttering like we are right now. So yeah. Speaking of Nintendo,
What's going on with Nintendo?
Game Boy
Game Boy.
turned 25 or something last week, but we didn't get to talk about it because our podcast got all messed up, and we did it before then anyway.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd, since in celebration of Game Boy, even though this was a Japan release and not the American release, probably do it again on the American release because that's in July.
Mm-hmm.
Did you own an original Game Boy?
I did.
The big one?
Yeah.
Did you have the yellow one?
I don't remember what color.
Because mine, I got the later one and it was clear. I had the clear Game Boy. I still have it somewhere around here. We changed venue, by the way. We're no longer in the cat-filled room of Brian's. We are now in the very quiet domain of Miguel Jose Ruiz. I guess that works. But yeah.
Yeah, I owned one. I don't remember what color it was. I don't remember even playing too many games.
I don't remember playing too many games.
I played the RoboCop game. I remember that one. That one was... I think I beat it.
It was probably awesome back then because
Yeah.
you were probably like 3.
Yeah, definitely. I don't really remember. I was so young.
See, I remember it very vividly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember getting it. I remember playing the crap out of it though, because that's the thing. The Game Boy's actually what like got me into video games because, like I said, Galaga was the game.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 games that I had for Game Boy, well, there's 4 technically, but I only have 4 games. But the game that got me into video games is Galaga. Mm-hmm. But I had like it was called Galaga and Galaxian. And you got the 2 space shooters, and I always favored Galaga because Galaxian, the ship moves so weird, and the shooting's so slow, and I hated the patterns for how the ships go down.
Yeah,
Galaga was more my thing, more my forte. Loved it. Mm-hmm. It's probably the most brilliant game ever created. I think it's amazing. You make your own story.
It's a classic.
You make your own story.
Yeah.
I always thought, hey, this is the last surviving fighter of his fleet, and he has to go against a whole battalion of ships, kill them all.
Yeah.
And you're just the most legendary pilot. And sometimes you would save people because you'd have double ship, and then you'd have to be like, yeah. I kind of more or less thought of it as more like a transformer, where like another friend would be like in space for some reason, be like, hey guy, you need help? Here you go. Let's make a transformer. It's like freaking Megazord.
Oh, God.
And then you have 2 freaking things. Then there was like people would. I don't know if it was ever true. I think it's a rumor, but you could have 3 ships. But I think that's false.
I have no idea.
I think that's false.
I haven't.
But that's what was so good about video games back then, is that you get to create your own story. Like Zelda, the first Zelda, there was no story.
Yeah, it was pretty much made
you make it up.
Yeah.
Games aren't like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not to say it's a bad thing, but it definitely doesn't. You don't get to use your imagination. That's what's so good about Minecraft.
Yeah.
Because it's just
Or Starbound,
Terraria.
Yeah.
There are a lot more games coming out that are like these procedurally generated games. I'm hoping, No Man's Sky is what it's called. I hope that game is.
I'm trying to remember what that one was.
They announced it at E3. I think last year. Whenever they did it was last year.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like this procedurally generated galaxy, and you get a spaceship, and you just get to fly around the galaxy and explore worlds. And
awesome.
then when you discover it, it's online.
Mm-hmm.
You get to
you get to
name it.
Yeah,
You get to name it whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this the last time.
I think we did.
But I cannot wait for that because that's what I've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean, games now aren't really like that. Games are more of a narrative now.
Yeah.
Where not, like I'm saying, it's not bad. Last of Us is one of my favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's nice to use your imagination and.
Well, even with games like Skyrim, you can mod stories into them.
Yeah, that's true too.
Pretty cool.
Skyrim's you could kind of do that though, because you could kind of just not follow the quest and just
go
travel around.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I have pretty fond memories of my Game Boy. I had Mortal Kombat 2 for it, which was I played it recently, and it's a god-awful port, but back in the day, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I played that game, because I'm horrible at fighting games. I think I used to be kind of scared of it, because my dad used to play Mortal Kombat 1, and we had 1 and 3 for Super NES, and he used to know how to do fatalities, and it would freak me out. So there was that, and what other? I had the Pokemans.
Yeah, of course, everybody.
Pokemon's Red. That's what I got.
I still have Red.
It was funny because I got Red, which has a Charizard on it, and I chose Blastoise. My brother had Blue, and he had Blastoise on it, and he chose Charizard. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
but
I think the first time I got Pokemon was Yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah.
I had yellow. I don't know what I did with it. It's gone somewhere. But that one's more based on the TV show. Because I think the video games came first.
That's right.
And then the video games came first, then the trading cards, and then the TV show, I believe. But
Pokemon.
A lot of people think the show came first. I'm like, you guys are stupid. No. This was a video game first. And it was so successful, they made it into a TV show that actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So, I mean, but that's our era, though. My mom thought that show was so annoying. She hated it. We would watch it, I think it was like some morning, probably Saturday morning, because that's when cartoons were on. On, I believe was it Cartoon Network or something? I can't remember what it was on.
I don't remember.
It's a long time
Probably
ago.
Cartoon Network.
But she hated it. She hated Pikachu's voice, Squirrel's voice. Squirrel's a badass, though. Squirrel Squad? Come on. How can you not love Squirrel Squad? They're like the greasers of the Pokemon world. But yeah, I had that, and I had one other game. Oh, and I had Link's Awakening, which I did say I never beat a Zelda game. That's a lie. I did. I think that was for color, though, when I had it. But I had that game.
That's one of the few Zelda games I haven't beaten.
Yeah, I beat Link's Awakening. I had the Nintendo Powers. I'd tell you how to beat it. Because back in the day, Nintendo Powers used to have guides.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do.
The Nintendo Power's not around anymore.
That's not?
No. It got shut down
When did that get shut
year.
down? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah,
Nintendo Powers were awesome.
I'd always go to the library and just steal them.
My first, you want to know what and I remember this, my very first issue was, the cover story was Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I think I had one.
That was my very first Nintendo Power. It came in the mail, and it was Ocarina of Time. And that's when I started liking Zelda.
I wonder what the cover looked like. I totally forgot.
For Ocarina of Time, it was white, and it had, like, you know, like, whatever the Ocarina of Time artwork was.
Yeah.
And it's, like, him, like, kind of swinging like a bat, kind of like on the sword. Like a sword. And it was cool. Like, that cover, just the cover alone, got me hyped for that game that I never got to play until I was old.
Yeah.
That one, right there.
Alright, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, it was like foily and stuff too.
Oh. I have this.
It's like a silky cover.
That's the Nintendo Power Player's Guide. I have that one.
Oh, I think I had a Nintendo Power Player's Guide for Banjo-Tooie, and my sister and my cousin drew in it. Oh. They like took the map and they thought, like, hey, this is a maze, so they just drew in it everywhere. I'm like, oh, come on, guys, seriously.
That sucks.
But yeah. Game Boy, very fond of that.
Yeah.
That thing. I still have it. I'll never get rid of it. So, yeah.
I have more memories of the Game Boy Color.
Game Boy Color? That's because you're a bit younger than me.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I have a little bit more memories on my Game Boy Pocket. Did you have a Pocket?
Maybe.
It was a smaller one.
I think I only had the color.
Mine was green. I have it in there somewhere. It's in my room.
Oh,
in this room
yeah.
somewhere.
No, yeah. I did have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had I remember actually receiving my Game Boy Pocket. I remember that day because it was Christmas, and my brother got a gold one. My sister got a silver one. I got a green one.
I had to work for mine. I mowed the lawn.
Really?
Yeah, my dad made me mow the lawn. So
yeah.
Jeez. And then, then there's a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Micro, which
I never had a Micro.
I bought one. I like it. I'd buy one again.
A lot of people like it,
I like
that
it.
I've talked to, but I've never seen one ever.
I had the Famicom, like, faceplate version.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Did you take my brother's SP? The one that's like the NES system?
No. I have a white Game Boy.
Oh, you had the Advance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I sold my Advance and got the SP, because the SP's like way better than the normal Advance.
I was going to put it back.
I like how it's like that big like thing, but it had no backlight.
Yeah, they have kits online, and that's what I want to do. They're like $60, and you just take off take everything off, put the new screen on, and
I remember when that came out too.
Yeah.
I got Super Mario Advance or Mario 2. Mm-hmm. It's the one where you could choose. You could be like Peach, Luigi. Mm-hmm.
I remember playing
interesting one.
Battle Network, Mega Man Battle Network.
Oh yeah, I have that too, which is so weird.
It is, but I like it a lot.
I kind of like it, but it's like, I don't know. I didn't really understand it at the time. I was just like pressing buttons. Like, this is, yeah, sure. I never beat it.
I got far in it, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And same with Dragon Ball Z, those Dragon Ball Z games. I forgot what they were called, but they were really good.
The ones that were like top down?
Yeah. I want to look that up.
I remember that.
Let's see.
But yeah, I mean, happy birthday, Game Boy.
Yeah, happy birthday, Game Boy.
Too bad you're not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Taken by the DS. Because the DS ain't no Game Boy, as far as I'm concerned. It's Nintendo dual screen.
I have a lot of memories of...
That one?
That's not it.
No, that's the card game.
Legacy of Goku, that's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember those. I never played those, but my friends were playing those. And I remember watching them play, and it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Game Boy.
Happy birthday.
We love you. You're the greatest thing that I never... I don't know.
Yeah, I
That I
don't
never got to
play.
That I did play, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was going to say.
Well, if you have a 3DS, you can play more of those games.
I got a Game Boy. I'll just go on eBay and buy cartridges for super cheap.
So do I.
I had a 3DS. I bought 2 of them.
So did I.
And I sold both of them.
I still have one.
They got so fucking boring.
Yeah.
Like I
haven't turned mine on in months.
a lot of people like it, and I get why people like it.
Yeah.
And we'll probably actually have somebody here, like for our segment that I want to start soon, who's also doing a podcast. He will defend the shit out of the 3DS. And I'm not shit talking 3DS. 3DS is an awesome system.
Yeah.
It's just the games that were coming out. It's just like I play them, I beat them in a day, and I'm like, yep. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one that would keep you going is Fire Emblem. That's a long game.
But I didn't have it at that time. And I played it, and I don't even know if I like it.
I liked it a lot. I never beat it though, but it was good.
It was good. I mean, Bravely Default looks pretty cool, which
does.
is Final Fantasy, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I'd still play it. I don't mind playing another Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know what I was saying. We were talking about 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it.
I like it. Still have it. Probably won't sell it.
Yeah. I mean, I got a Vita. I love my Vita. I get free games like every month.
Yeah.
I get 2 free games every month. It's amazing.
I'd like to get a Vita too.
Yeah. Vita's good. I love it. But people see that's a weird thing is that I like the Vita. Nobody likes the Vita.
Yeah.
They think they're like, there's no games on the Vita. There are so many games on the Vita. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This month they're gonna have Limbo for free on the Vita. I can't wait to replay that one.
I just bought it on my iPhone.
Yeah. I got Thomas Was Alone. It's like it's like an indie machine, which I like because like those are small games and you can just play them when you want to.
Yeah.
You know? And they're very good.
They are.
But
just
yeah.
Indie games.
Speaking of indie games, segue. New releases. Mostly indie games. There's not really much out at all this week. But there is a really good game supposedly coming out. It got decent review scores. It is not Amazing Spider-Man 2, but that does come out this week, on tomorrow.
I'm not going to play it.
Depending on when you're listening to this, today or yesterday or 2 days before.
Or a year.
Or a year ago.
10 years ago.
Whatever. But from the week of 4/28/2014, Amazing Spider-Man 2 comes out. I don't remember if this was on the episode that we decided not to record or not to put up.
I know we talked about it.
But we did talk about it,
Yeah.
where I think the Xbox One version is delayed.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's kind of weird. Because it's coming out for 360. But, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Daylight, procedurally generated horror game.
What is it coming out for?
I've heard mixed things about it. It comes out this week.
Well, is it coming out on PC? Or?
It comes out on, I believe, PC, PS4. I don't know if it comes out for Xbox One, but I know for sure it comes out. It comes out for PC and PS4 for sure. Oh, I forgot to say, Amazing Spider-Man 2 comes out for everything but Xbox One for right now. But yeah, Daylight. Yeah. By I think the writer. Do you know who Jessica Chobot is? Yeah. She's the writer. It looks fun. Mm-hmm. It looks alright. I think I'm gonna give it a chance. I'll probably buy it tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing it.
Yeah, it has the cell phone. Yeah, it uses it's like, I think it's the first Unreal Engine 4 game.
Is it?
Yeah. Huh. I know it uses Unreal Engine 4. But I mean, I've heard kind of mixed things. I heard the jump scares are pretty decent. Mm-hmm. But I hear the story's kind of just not there.
Oh, who's gonna play a horror game for the story?
Yeah, you do play for the scares.
Aside from like Resident Evil.
Yeah. Even that.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah. But yeah, Daylight seems pretty cool. Yeah. I'll play it. Comes out. The one that I am very, very, very excited for, and one that I've been anticipating for a while now, Child of Light. This looks incredibly awesome.
Uses the Rayman engine, right?
Yes. Yeah. UbiArt. I found out that it is Ubisoft because it's ubiquitous. Ubiquitous software. I did not know that.
I thought it was just Ubisoft.
I looked it up because I was like, I need to figure out what it is. Is it Ubi or Ubi? It's Ubisoft. Okay. But it uses the UbiArt engine thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It looks incredible. I read a review. I hear it's really depressing.
Yeah, it seems like one of those games.
I love depressing in my video game. I love depression in my video games. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it's about like she's like a princess or something, and this isn't really spoilers because it was in a review, and I mean it happens in the beginning. If you play like I'm pretty sure if you play the first 10 minutes, you'll figure this out. I think the girl's name's Aurora, and she dies, and the king is like crying and like, whatever, and you wake up in some weird land and you're Aurora. It's kind of weird. Everything's in rhyme.
Oh yeah.
The whole game is in rhyme. Written by, I think, the creative director of Far Cry 3. It looks cool. Aesthetically pleasing looking. It looks like stained glass, kind of. It looks pretty sweet.
I watched a video on it, but I don't...
Yeah. I think it looks really good. I guess... I've never played it, but I guess the combat system is similar to... Is it called Grandia? Grandia 2?
Grandia, maybe.
I think that's what it's called. I've never played it, but I only hear good things about it. But I guess the combat system's really cool.
I played Rayman Origins.
It's probably same combat system.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you just twirl punch, jump, slide.
Yeah, I really like that game.
Rayman Legends is awesome. I have that on my PS4, and it looks amazing. Mm. I highly doubt it looks any different than the other ones, though. Maybe slightly higher resolution, but... Yeah, Child of Light comes out for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I believe it's only next gen only.
That's too bad. Because I'd like to play it.
Suck it, Brian. Yeah, and that's the end of releases.
Alright.
So...
3 okay... Well... 1... good-looking game, 1 okay-looking game, and who cares about Spider-Man?
Yeah, the last Spider-Man game that I liked was just Spider-Man 2, the movie license game, which was amazing.
What was it? Spider-Man game that came out like Shattered Dimensions or something?
All right.
Is that what it's called? Could be another.
Is that the one with Spider-Man 2099?
Yeah, and it's got different Spider-Man.
It has like 4 different Spider-Mans. It has Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
It has the symbiote Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And then the normal Spider-Man, who's played by Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. That one was. I played that one. That one was all right. I don't remember if I played the one after. There's one after that where it's just 2099 Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man. I think that one's Shattered. Oh, no, it's not. Mirror or something. I can't remember.
All right, then Shattered. Let's see. Shattered.
Yeah, that's
Dimensions
Shattered Dimensions is the 4. There was one that came out after that, and it was with Spider-Man 2099 and Amazing Spider-Man, and it's like when you did something in one world, it would affect the other.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't matter. It's a Spider-Man game. I guess it wasn't that good. Obviously, if I don't remember the name of it.
It's not really.
Maybe called Edge of Time or something like that.
Maybe.
It might have been called that.
I don't know. It doesn't list any games. Any Spider-Man games.
Spider-Man Mirror's Edge.
That'd actually be a pretty good.
That
idea.
would be awesome.
Yeah.
First-person Spider-Man Mirror's Edge style. Except you could wall climb.
Yeah.
And swing. Man. Brilliant idea right there.
Mirror's Edge was awesome.
I was about to say EA Soft. EA Games, come at me, and I'll give you this idea.
And we'll negotiate.
Give me I'll settle for paying off my college. We'll call it a deal. But I think that concludes today's podcast, Brian.
Okay. Well, it was a good one.
It was a good one. It was much better than
Last time.
The last one, yeah. And I was actually thinking about that. The last one was kind of draggy.
Yeah.
Kind of slow. This one was decent.
Yeah, we had a good conversation.
The first one was really good, I thought.
Yeah. It was long.
It was a bit long. It was an hour and a half long. This one, I think we're running on an hour right now.
Probably.
Yeah. But that was because we got sidetracked with that Burger King thing. How did that even happen? Oh, we were talking about the Burger King game.
Yeah, but how did we start talking about the Burger King game?
How not?
Yeah, it's always in the back
How
of
does
my
it
mind.
not? The Burger King is the creepiest.
All right, let's not get big. All right, we get it.
All right, so I guess we'll just do our little plugs. The first thing I want to mention is my friend Jimmy, and I think the person he works with, or his friend, I believe, is Ian. I've never met him, but Jimmy's a really good friend of mine. I've known him since elementary school, probably second grade or something. He is starting a podcast called A Little Bit of Blat podcast. And I listened to it yesterday, and it is pretty funny. I was just sitting on the bed listening to it, and they would just, the sports section, it's like, the podcast is just them just talking about random shit. It is legitimately just them talking about random shit, whatever they want, and it's awesome. The sports section made me, I was just, cackling, kind of. Yeah. Just, they would say something like, just out loud, and I wouldn't notice it. And I'd be like, wait, did I just chuckle? I just chuckled a little bit. That was funny. But, yeah, they got some good ideas, and it's a podcast to check out, I'd say. And to get to it...
Do we have a competitor?
No, we don't have a competitor. Okay. We have somebody...
Sister podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
We have people who we can,
go back and forth
with, maybe guest star on each other's thing, whatever. That was the person I was talking about, Jimmy. He might come on here.
Okay.
I want him to. You're coming on, Jimmy. You have no goddamn choice. Anyway. Yeah, so it's called A Little Bit of Blat podcast. I believe they're working on getting it submitted to iTunes. I don't know if they got it submitted yet, but you can get it on your iTunes if you go to the file menu, to subscribe to podcast, and This is going to be kind of long, so bear with me right now. But you do that like http:// thing. // And you do feeds, like the hand that feeds, the Nine Inch Nails song, .feedburner.com // a little bit of Blat podcast. And that's what you type in.
All one word.
All one word. Yeah. Don't space it. If you want to make the letters capitalized for each one of the starting thing, you can, because that's what I did. And I suggest that everybody go check that out, because it is real. It's pretty funny.
I'll listen to it.
Yeah, it is really funny. Also, I guess. Do you have anything to plug? Just your Twitter. You don't plug your Twitter.
I don't
you want to do that?
It doesn't even. I don't go on my Twitter.
Brian has a Twitter, but he doesn't really go on it.
Add me on Steam or something, maybe. I don't know.
Well, if you want, what's your PlayStation ID?
Oh man, I don't even remember.
It's Bry Guy something.
I think it's Bry Guy 457.
I think it's yeah. So Bry Guy 456. Follow it on PSN
or 7. Follow both.
Follow both of them.
Add both. Yeah.
Add Bry.
Maybe I'll be playing
BRIGUY 457 or 456. And then if you want to follow him on Twitter, that's the same thing. Follow both of those Twitters.
Just do both of them.
Same handles. And then my Twitter handle is MJ Ruiz. That's RUIZ 10, and that's at Twitter. If you do want to follow, see, my name's complicated on PSN.
Really.
On PSN, it's Xeno Nostromo. Like I said, I was a big Alien fan. Xeno spelled with an X, XENO. Then Nostromo, sounded out, NOSTROMO, Nostromo.
Alien spaceship.
Alien. That's the spaceship that the first alien was on, and a xenomorph is the alien. I'm also in a band called it's just called Heartbeat Cops. Just Heartbeat Cops. You can check out 2 of our songs, one of which is the intro to this podcast, called the La Song, and then there's also oh man, it was so funny when I went to the 2-year-old nieces. They were just like running around the apartment because they heard the song. They're like la 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 la. It was so funny. It was awesome. That was awesome. But yeah, you can listen to 2 of our songs there. The other one's called Next Time, which is the first single, I guess you could say, off of our EP. The La Song being the second, and also the Press B to Start podcast theme song. So you could check us out there. You can listen to this, which is probably how you are listening to this. There's 2 ways, I guess. You could go on everything-geek.squarespace.com. We are still working on I have to come up with the funds. So I'm trying to just get the domain name to just be everything-geek.com, but we'll figure that out. You can listen to there because I will have it embedded into it. Otherwise, you could go on our SoundCloud as well. SoundCloud.com/everythinggeek, no hyphen. Make sure you put 2 G's. I know that might confuse people. And you can listen to this podcast. You probably won't be able to listen to the first podcast because it can't hold that much memory or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I guess, and that's everything.
All right.
I believe.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. We got some ideas cooking. I want to start. There's 2 segments I may want to start. One of them is Conspiracy Corner. That might just be its own separate podcast. So we'll work that one out. We'll test it out.
We got to make music for it too.
We do. Why don't we just play the X-File theme song? Ding, 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 ding.
I don't know if
no, dude, we'll just garage band it. Yeah. Just make some dumb music, like your stupid vampire rap thing. Oh man, that should be the ending. Oh, you don't have it though. Well, you have it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I will post a link of it. It's only like 50 seconds. Listen to it. It made me cry because of how much I was laughing. I was laughing so hard, and sometimes I just think about it, and I'll just start laughing at work. So
That's so stupid.
oh my god, it's so good. If I could rip that audio from YouTube, I'm going to. And that's might be our intro and or ending thing for this podcast. So yeah, we have that. There's the other thing, the other segment I want to talk about that we will try to start next week, if not the week after. Something I might call it like the everyday gamer or something like that, where we'll just get some random person that we, not random as in like we'll just go to the street and see who's out there.
Hey, you want to be on a podcast?
But like people that we know, like friends and stuff. Jimmy is one of the people I would like to have in that segment. Also just in the show for a few episodes if he wants to. Also like my brother, who doesn't really play video games, but just get their view, like what is an everyday person, because we too are everyday people, but we like to get into the know.
Sometimes
we're more than everyday people. We're like Superman.
Oh yeah.
And you're like Aquaman.
Oh god, no.
Aquaman's awesome. Don't even get into this.
Yeah,
Aquaman's awesome.
Stuff.
Anyway, yeah. So it doesn't necessarily like. I mean, yes, we are average Joes in a sense. We don't have like a great job.
Yeah, no.
Work in the food industry, have to deal with nice people sometimes and jerks. Like the last time I worked.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was so dumb. So yeah, I guess it could be anybody. Maybe my mom. I used to play Pac-Man a lot. That's what she always said. That's like the only game she knows that she plays that she likes, and I guess she was really good at it. So, well, yeah, I think I'll ask my brother, and we'll do some other segment stuff to keep you guys interested. Hopefully you guys are still interested. So yeah, and yeah, hopefully more stuff comes later. We will have Let's Plays hopefully by next week. Hopefully. We're very new to this, so we're just figuring it out. But yeah. I got my voice is so raspy.
Yeah. I'm
like coughing because it's so itchy. Okay. Let's stop this before. Yeah. So I guess this is the end, Ryan.
This is the end.
Check out all that stuff, and we'll see you guys next time. This is Mike.
And this is Brian.
This is Mike.
This is Brian.
Okay.
Alright.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
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 Bye.